The last few weeks at Queen's, the campus has essentially erupted and divided over one man's comments on Facebook, and even beyond that, how it should be dealt with. But moving beyond the issue itself, it talks about the presence of Islamophobia on campus. CUMSA agreed to talk with us, but were hesitant to appear on camera because they felt that there were possible security implications for them and their members. Their views stem far beyond the Jacob Mansell incident and to the greater issue of Islamophobia and the overall safety of Muslims in the Queen's community. The National Post is getting involved in saying that this is both the issue and the article is kind of a case of political correctness run amok. Why do you think they would say something like that, and how do you feel?
I think it's an easy scapegoat, freedom of speech versus political correctness. At the end of the day, what they're disregarding when they claim that is the lived realities of the people that face this kind of discrimination every single day of their lives. And to call that political correctness is incredibly offensive for people that experience that.
I don't know why they would necessarily choose to follow up on this and not focus on what campus is focused on as the major issue. And there's been a lot of talk about same thing, PC gone amok at Queen's from students, so it's obviously a legitimate opinion.
Do you think the way that you portrayed it, I mean, because you were talking about Jacob Mansell and you're also talking about the break-in, but a lot of the focus has been sort of left with Jacob Mansell. Do you think that almost downplays the fact that CUMSA was broken into and the effects that kind of resulted from that break-in?
I don't think it necessarily downplays it, as long as it is an issue that is addressed on campus and is not forgotten about. And from our perspective, we put it in there because we think it's something that's important.
In response to the journal article published last week, Queen's University Muslim Students Association find it unfortunate that the correlation between the attempted break-in of the CUMSA office and Jacob Mansell's comments were suggested. They maintain that the two incidences are completely separate and have focused their attention on the break-ins and the other issues surrounding the harassments. For CUMSA, they believe that more consideration should be given to the human impacts following the rise of Islamophobia and the repercussions the incidents have had on the individual members. Due to the aggressive attacks on their prayer space, CUMSA members must also have to rethink the use of their space. For the past 40 years, the prayer space has been the heart of the community, for the center of both religious and social activity. For the first time in history, the prayer space has been shut down and its use restricted. For their once safe haven on campus, Muslim students no longer feel comfortable in the space that was so previously central to their day-to-day. While they are extremely appreciative of the outpouring support they have received, they hope to see more tangible action and substantial change take place.
The larger issue of racism, not just Islamophobia. I think that that's one really important thing that all of us have to take out of this, that this is an issue for the Queen's community and not just for the Muslim community. Everyone is affected by this, including myself personally. And not personally because I've gotten involved, but personally because I hurt when other members of my community hurt. And I think that that's something that's really important to take away from it all.
After coordinating with all three groups, it seems that they all want to move past Jacob Mansell's comments and look at Islamophobia as a whole. We can only hope that Queen's campus unifies over this issue, as it's really the only way to get past it.